across the globe. Welcome to another segment to the Birth of a Leader podcast. I am your host, Tana Monroe. Today, I have a very special guest who's going to be joining us, Senior Airman Akins, a Crawford, Mississippi native, and a husband and father. How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
Good, good. It's a great
That's
day to be
good.
here, honey.
Yes, it is.
Yes, sir. So, we're going to be talking about in this episode, we're going to be talking about your journey to joining the Air Force,
Okay.
your take on leadership,
Mm-hmm.
mental health tips that you can give other men, and
Mm-hmm.
we're going to be talking about any advice that you can give to any young men who are interested in joining the military.
Okay. Gotcha.
All right. So we're gonna jump right in. Talk us through your journey with joining the military. I know you said that you wanted to join the military during your senior year of high school. That's
Mm-hmm.
when you came up with the idea or the plan to join the
Yeah.
military. So let's start there. Your senior year at West Lowndes High School.
Okay, cool. So I was up in junior ROTC from 9th to 12th grade. They always used
Hmm.
to ask me, was I going to the military? I told them no. I said I'm not going to the military. At the time, the person who was in charge at the time, I'm not gonna say what year at the time it was, I wasn't agreeing with none of his things that he was doing. So I'm not joining
Hmm.
because all he gonna do is make us go to war. So then after that, my second semester and as a senior, I was like, oh, I'm gonna go to school. I'm gonna go to college. Cool, I'm gonna go to college. Didn't have no scholarship, none of that. No scholarships, no nothing. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to go there with financial aid, and then I'm being dead. So now I'm like, okay, let me just, take the ASVAB again. I went in there, took the ASVAB, didn't care, took it, passed it. Got a
Hmm.
high enough score I can join the Air Force. So then I was like, okay, I think I'm gonna join the Air Force. I talked to my instructor at the time, Major Woodson. Spoke to him. He was like, yeah, you can go travel the world, do what you want to do. You're gonna make some money, blah blah blah. He said something about I was gonna make like more than $1,000. That what got me. So then I went and talked to my mom, told her I wanted to join. Went up to recruiters, talked to recruiters, after that, went to mail, passed that, left October the 28th of that year. I graduated and then, graduated basic in December. Then the next year I went to tech school, my job. Um, so I'm TMO, it's traffic management. So we basically move people from base to base. And we also move
Okay.
parts from base to base as well. But yeah, I did my technical training. And then after that, I went to my first base, which is in Allison, Alaska. That was
Hmm.
a culture shock for me because I ain't never been somewhere so cold. It was negative 50 degrees out there. Um, but I had a lot of fun there. Met people, yeah, met people, lost friends, gained friends, the whole bass. Um, actually learned how to live on my own, basically. Even though I was in the dorm, I had to go grocery shop for myself, get gas, pay bills, do stuff like that. So I actually was learning how to survive my own. Then I had to cook and
Hmm.
everything. So it was just like, living by myself. And then yeah, then after that, uh got engaged in 21, December 21, got married in 22,
Hmm.
and then had our wedding in 23. Then once we did that, we came to North Carolina. Got in North Carolina. I started working a section in my job I never worked before. So I learned that, so I'm good at that now. Um, and
Hmm.
yeah, now we got a 10-month-old baby. Um, and yeah, that's it. That's all like my
Yeah.
military
So you
journey
grew
as
up
of
pretty
now.
fast.
I did. The military make you grow
Hmm.
up. You be 18 years old joining, you be like, oh, what I'm gonna do? You call and ask people for help or ask people for advice. They try to help you, but you still have to make your own plan of what you're gonna do. And it really
Yeah.
wasn't too hard. I want to say I was independent, when I got in high school, but I started learning some stuff because I'm like, I know I'm gonna be moving out on my mama house. So I started to do more stuff in the house so I can be like, okay, I know how to do this myself and all that jazz. But yeah.
Hmm. Right.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay. So, what was the hardest part about basic training? And tell me what was the biggest thing that you took away, the biggest positive that you took away from basic training?
The biggest positive I took away from basic is working as a team because
Mm,
I I ain't gonna say I don't like teamwork, but sometimes I rather do stuff myself.
yeah,
But working as a team, it showed us um how to complete things together, how to help each other out, and stuff like that. The worst part was the test they had us take. I'm not a good test taker, so they just gave us this big old book, didn't tell us what part we have to study. They was just like study the whole book. The book was like this thick, and so
wow.
it was like we had to sit there, we had to study all that. And I didn't pass the first time, and I didn't pass the second time either. And I took the third time and I
Mm,
did. And I thought that I was not gonna make it. And I'm like, there's no way I done went through all of this, just to get kicked out. But I made it,
yeah.
thank God I did. And yeah, October be 6 years in.
Yay,
Yeah.
we appreciate your service.
Thank you, thank you.
Yes, sir. So I always tell you that you're a natural born leader.
Hmm.
Um, but I want you to tell the audience what's your take on true leadership.
True leadership to me is caring about the people you're leading, because you have some leaders who try to treat us like we're robots and we're people. So
Mm-hmm.
you can't talk to a person a certain way and expect them to do something. So it's like the
Mm-hmm.
all the way the military was, they was like that. Like you have people in there, they still, try to talk to you any kind of way, but expect you to get a job done in a timely manner and not caring about how you feel about a certain situation. They just feel like you just supposed to do it like clockwork.
Right.
And you got
Right.
some leaders who actually, talk to you. They want the feedback from you. You receive feedback from them, and it's going to be good feedback. And they actually are trying to lead you to become something better. They try to push you to become something better.
Right.
That's a leader to me. And being a team player, like you leading on me, but you also helping me with the work. Not you just sitting there and I'm doing all the work and you just like, oh, I'm here to just tell you what to do. It don't supposed to
Exactly.
work like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's good advice. I like that. Okay, so what about okay, we talk about mental health and how we keep that intact. Can you give us some insights on because I know it's a lot juggling being a husband, a father, working in the military while still having time for God and yourself. So
Hmm.
tell us about any type of mental health strategies that you use.
I would say I have strategies. When I was before I got a family, when I was in Alaska, I used to bring work home. And that used to stress me out so bad because I was so worried about what I'm gonna do the next day at work. And I'm gonna get this done by the end of this week. Is I'm gonna have to come work on the weekend. Like it was driving me crazy. And so now I got to the point where work is work, home is home. Sometimes home do
Hmm.
come into work if something's going on, like the baby's sick or something like
Yeah,
that. With stuff like that. But being being able to keep that balance is a good thing. Because once I leave work,
yeah,
once I walk out them doors, I don't think about that job. I don't think about that
that's
job
it.
until I wake up. When I get up the next morning, I still don't think about it until I get in them doors. I'm not finna sit here and drive myself crazy about a job, and the job's still gonna be there. So it's like
Right.
you can either. So like my supervisor told me, within a day, do what you can control. If you can't control it, don't let it stress you out. And
Exactly.
some people are so big of being in control. And I'm that type of person. Like if I'm at work and I see something, we have like this thing called shipment queue. It's like a list of all the people who's trying to leave.
Hmm.
And if it's at a certain number, I'm about to lose it. But it's like I can't get it done because I'm waiting the customer to sign this, waiting the customer to sign that. So it's like I can't drive myself crazy if it's out of my control. So it's like,
Hmm.
I'll finish. I'm gonna do this
Right.
goal tomorrow. It's probably gonna be something I get done tomorrow, or probably something I get done the next day. It's just
Mhm.
you push stuff off to the next day and try to finish most of the things you can't finish within that day. So it's like you reach something. You didn't reach
Yeah,
all of it, but you at least you reach a certain percent of what you're trying to get done.
exactly. Productivity and consistency.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, so I wanted to get into because I know you had a lot of positive forces, a lot of people in your community supported your military journey.
Mm-hmm.
Pastor White, give a shout out to Pastor White. He was a really good influence for you.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to ask you, what is some of the best spiritual advice Pastor White gave you?
Oh, Pastor White, my buddy. Let me think. When I told him that I was going to the military, he was shocked too. And he was like, Tubby, I think you too small to be going to the military. You ain't big enough. I was like, I'm not going to fight no war like that. And he was like, he asked me, he was like, you
Right.
sure you wanna he's like, you sure you wanna go? There's nothing that you wanna do. I said, I wanna go. I said, that's why I'm gonna go. He said, well, keep God first. And you can do anything. You
Hmm.
keep God first. And boy, he was
Hmm.
he was nervous for me too. I don't think he wanted me to leave either.
Yeah.
Cause like all the stuff that was going on in the world at the time,
Yeah.
there's more stuff going on right now. I don't feel like he wanted me to leave either. But I went ahead and did what I wanted to do, and went ahead. Before I left and went to basic, I went to church. No, it was when I came back from basic and I went to my first base. I went to church. It was before church even had started. They was doing Sunday school. We went to the altar. They prayed for me and stuff like that. And
Hmm.
yeah. And we still talk to this day. I
That's a
go
blessing. He
home.
sent you off right.
I go home. We try to eat out every time I go, but sometimes I don't have time to. So at least I go and see him every time. I try to see him.
Hmm.
Yeah. Hmm.
Okay, and like I was gonna say, he sent you off pretty well with the spiritual
Hmm.
advice and keeping you uplifted in prayer. Shout out to Pastor White.
Child to Pastor
Okay,
White.
so what advice can you give? Yes, what advice can you give young people what can you tell
Let
them?
me
Give us
think.
some secrets, pros and
It's
cons.
not. It's not really no secrets. If you want to join, join. Don't let no one tell you, oh, don't join
Mhm,
or join. Like join on your own. Try to get that experience of because I can tell you my experience, and you be like, oh, I didn't experience the same thing because I have a lot of different family members that are in the military, and we experience things
mhm.
differently. Um, so it's like, and
Yeah.
then it also the branches as well. With me being in a branch that was mostly white
Yeah.
dominant at first, and it wasn't,
Mhm.
weird, now black people are in this branch now, but at first it was just mostly for the white people. It's kind of hard, you look at their
Yeah.
rules, you look at their regulations and stuff, and to you it may feel like it's more so towards you, but it's like you just go through the motions of it. And try to
Yeah.
do your best on the ASVAB, try to get the highest score you can because so you can get the job you want. Because like I said earlier, my score was
Mhm.
high enough for me to get in, but it wasn't high enough for me to pick my own job. So my job picked me. And there's nothing wrong with my
Right.
job. I like my job. It's
Okay.
not bad and I know it. But it's like I wanted to do something different. So try to make a high score on, keep
Yeah.
trying, study for it. They have this book called it's the ASVAB like study book to give you like practice tests on what the ASVAB is gonna look like. So you can try to prepare yourself for it.
Mhm.
It's kind of easier because like the stuff they have on the ASVAB is stuff you learn like sixth, seventh grade, like them years there. And like by the time you get in eighth,
Yeah.
ninth, 10th grade when you start taking the test, all that stuff gone. Like all that stuff you learn gone because you learn new stuff every year. So it's like your mind is not it's not pressing on to that stuff you learned in sixth, seventh grade. So, if you have kids that are like 11, 12, try to let them take the ASVAB in and see what they can make it on. Same thing with ACT. The ACT is like basic stuff from back. Then they know like 11 and 12 graders are not going to remember that stuff that they learned all the way back. Some of them do, some of them don't. I'm the type I don't. Once I passed
Right.
that grade, I forgot what I learned in the sixth grade. So it's like you had them take that stuff early, then they can see
Yeah,
where they're at, and then they can see what they can improve on. Um, what else can I say? PT,
exactly.
if you struggling with physical fitness, try to get fit as possible before joining. I used to I used to
Hmm.
run. I used to run around Crawford, me,
Yeah.
Tutu, Junior. I used to get them to run with me. Boy, we used to run all around. We used to run like
Mhm.
the square, go from Martin Luther King Street, go run all the way to O'Neill and come all the way back around, run that whole square. I used to run because I was like, I know I'm gonna have to run. Push-ups and sit-ups
Mhm.
wasn't really a big thing for me to try to press on because I'm like, I can do enough push-ups, I can do enough sit-ups to pass. I could just improve that a little bit, but it was the running. So I got that running down pat, try to be physical fit when I got there so I won't be struggling so much when I was in basic. And I
Yeah,
think that's about it. If you want to get out your small town because you feel like it's gonna consume you, then either you don't even have to go to the military. You can get out of the state, or you can go somewhere a different part in the state. Get out of that town, see something different, see something more than Crawford, and then you'll know what stuff look like. Yeah.
exactly.
hmm I can't hear you. I can't hear nothing you saying.
I heard you actually want it.
Okay. Hello. 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 He ain't even on him. Can you hear me? I can't hear you. You probably take them headphones off. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Yeah, take them off. I can't hear you. I don't hear nothing you saying. No, it's not. Mm. Hello.
What about now?
I can hear
What
you.
about now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Nobody but the devil. We finna jump right back into the last few questions. Hold on. Yes. I already know where. How I get out of? How I change my background?
You already recording it. That's why you can't change the background. You start
Oh, man, see.
recording it. Because I can't change
Oh, let
mine
me leave
either.
and come back. Leave.
How do I leave?